How's everybody doing? Uh, I know I haven't been on the air for a minute. I've been, catching up on work, readings. I still got two birth charts. Miss Jesse Larson, you're next. These people have already paid. Huh? And and for 25 for 25 readings. Huh? But there's been so much going on that I did not couldn't finish my objectives in a timely fashion. Basically, your video is still being downloaded. We're still waiting. We were supposed to talk at 6 about the video. I still gotta put some more information on that. Okay, this is gonna be live. It's secondary progression, solar arcs, transits, and cycles. Okay, and that will be posted on the not live, but on the pre-recording. I also got to finish Pluto in the 10th house, and Pluto in the 11th house, and Pluto in the 12th house. I didn't forget. It's just that them dealing with a lot of a lot of stuff. You know what that is. But I didn't forget that I have to complete those. So I'll probably do those also as a pre-recording. And then, I don't like to do too much video because I want to leave time and space to do personal reading because I get a lot of people calling for personal readings. I'm already caught up, so I'm pretty good now. And I don't want to leave a backlog of people. It's only one person, and everybody wants me to read them or chart them. I may have other astrologers that want to work with me, but no one's gonna really take them other than me, and I accept that. And I'm blessed that way. So what's going on? Why past lives? Why past life readings? And who can do really that one can take seriously? Past life readings. Very few astrologers put energy into that. There are many astrologers that purposely will not talk about the 12th house. It's a complex house. It's complex, and you need more than just knowledge of astrology underneath your belt to tackle the mysteries and complexities of the information that you can get from having strong planets in the 12th house. The other house that's equally complex, especially when we're dealing with past life dynamics, is the 4th house of Cancer, the immediate past life. Whereas the successive past lives that go back to the beginning of creation is what's found in the 12th house. So when I do these past life readings live now on the air, whoever wants to volunteer, it's no pay. Then don't be surprised if it may not resonate at all because you're not designed to remember. But when one won't, and I'm talking about the ego, personality, but when the soul hears the truth, it's going to resonate. And it's going to actually unblock anything negative from the past life that may be preventing you from moving forward in this life. The mere fact of talking about past life dynamics is enough to open those doors. Right? Now, many of you have lived in the past 5,000 years. They're telling me like 2,700 years, which is the kingdom of Hathor, which is actually really 3,500 BC. That was the kingdom of Hathor, the bull, Baal. Many of you live around that time. I know that because soul the source told me that there's a generation that's born together. You may have individual karma that you have to kind of fix and resolve with it among yourself, but there's also collective and group karma. So your peers and those that create your community today were with you in other life, and they also went experiences that you've been through. That's what connects putting brick or masonry, putting bricklayers and building a fortitude. Your neighbor, whether it's a house or an apartment, your neighbor was with you past life in the same. You have neighbors. In this the life, you're still neighbor. It's no longer a hut. Is the cash records has the specifics of that information. But no trained magician, high priest, priestess is going to, go into the Elisha records, which is excellent. I recommend you guys get it. Excellent. Which is symbolized by Virgo, the Virgin, the only constellation besides Aquarius that is a full woman, and in Virgo, right? Connecting to the lunar mansions. The constellation of Virgo and the sign of Virgo is very ancient, very ancient. It was one of the 6 signs of the zodiac. There was a time where there was only 5 signs, not 12. Remember, everything evolved in a process of time. But Virgo is considered to be one of the oldest and most mysterious of the constellations, Virgo clusters, and the lunar mansions. And this is the mystery of Isis. And the goddess has to be represented at some point in the zodiac wheel, and the god, and that's Aquarius and Virgo, not Cancer. And when I was in astrology, I was surprised. Why can't be a woman? Why? But it's Virgo because of its innocent virgin and silent beauty, which exudes in every archetypical representation of that energy. Who's going to volunteer? I don't know why I don't get a pattern. Why don't I do that? It's easy. Because I don't want to get up and get it. But I have to. Give me a second. Okay. This is what I got on my downloads and stuff that I saved. Even though I may not have the time to dispense them, I still write them down. And let's put this over here. Okay. All right. Oh, there we go. My Mr. Magoo. Got a new pair of glasses. Okay. Let's see. Say hello. Hey, thank you. Nice to see you too. I'll have you present. Okay, let's choose. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Ah, thank you. Angelique, Mark. Oh, don't you? I love these lollipops from the 80s, like the blow pops. They're still around. And it really calms me down. Like if I'm going through anxiety, I eat one of these little bad boys. I don't eat it because of my teeth, but I, suck on it until it goes down, then I throw it out. Ah, you volunteer. This is reflection. Okay, reflection, and I've dealt with you before, so I'm familiar with your energy. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay, reflection. It's nice to hear from you again. Reflection, you've been with me for years. It's so nice to see you on the chat. Okay. And the front is the scarab beetle. Okay, I'm going to take out 7 cards because the number 7 represents the periods, the ages, eras, and epochs. And the number of Jehovah is number 7, in which the world was created in 7 days. But days in Hebrew has an X amount of years. So when they say 7 days, they're really saying 7 billion or 7 trillion years, which makes sense. And the world is still expanding. Reflection. Something ended suddenly, and it feels wet. I feel wet, and damp. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. The energy gets very contained, but the cards are not wet. Okay. Great. Okay. The first card, reflections, that we have is the Lunar Queen. The Lunar Queen. You were a Cancer with Libra rising. You live around the time, because I see the 2700 BC. 2700 BC. And this is before the Kingdom of Hassel. And this is in a place near Egypt, and the name that I'm getting is called Damaris. 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 It's a real town that exists even today. Damaris. And it is, there were 10 people. There were 10 people. And your claim to fame in that period is a lot of women did crocheting. Crocheting was like the seamstress of today. And you made wonderful garments. What she's wearing? No, she almost looks like a Libra, and that's the ascendant. But she's a Cancer, with the breast showing out to show fertileness, and the moon in the background. Okay, this is the face that she brought to the world. You, the very Libra, but the moon behind you were Cancer, and your job was to create these like tents, like it's like embroidery, like in many African countries, they do embroidering and they can do nice designs, beautiful design. You did this for the floor of the tent, because remember there was no paved floor or roads in those days, right? And also on top, and also blankets so for when you get cold. You died of an infection, and you only got to live up to age 23, but you were able to bear 3 children. Here, this is the dark mysteries. There is the symbol of Baal, of Ra, with the bull, Baal, which defined the kingdom of Hathor, 3500 BC. It came out in the reverse. You was a very powerful psychic and medium. But because it came out in the reverse, that means that you did not develop this gift. You did not pay attention to this gift. You saw it as scary, evil, and you never developed it. But you do have reflection, the ability to tap into the dark part of you. Okay? You could be a kitchen witch, or a white witch, or black witch, or a gray witch. You, if you wanted to, with the symbol of Ra here under the board, that's ancient knowledge here. No. But it's in the reverse. And I'm getting that it might be the same fear in you developing it today that stopped you at that lifetime in Damaris. Damaris is near Egypt, near Mesopotamia, which today is Iraq. And what's the other one? Damascus. And of course, Egypt. These little towns surround Egypt. Okay, this one. The brother in darkness. You have a brother that was very evil and very dark, and very jealous of you. And he might have been responsible for your death, because life was simple but went like this, you know. There's somebody in the current life. It could be family, but it might not have to be. This brother has reincarnated, and he is with you in this current life. Now, he might have been the brother in the past life, but in this could be something else. Could be a friend, a boyfriend, something along those lines. Very dark. But this person is not going to bring that darkness to you. Reflections. So, you have a lot of potential to create a balance between good and not so good. You know, the talent of embroidering gives me the feeling of fashion. You could have probably been a great fashion designer in this life, because it looks like you really do like to embroider, or you might not like it, but I feel pulled to it. Certain colors resonate with you. And that's basic to this reading. What's important about this past life reading now is that I see the talent to create, and I see fashion, and I see beauty and subtleness. I do see through her body and her hips the energy of Cancer, you know. But I also see the ascendant of what she is wearing as Libra, you know. So, alrighty, you can develop these gifts if you want to, but right now those doors are closed. So, what do you think on reflection? Talk to me. I'm waiting for the chat to come back up. Okay. Yes. Uh, Spiritual. Okay. Elisha. Elisha. The karmic zone. Okay. Karmic zone. This is your reading. Karmic zone. This is your reading. Okay. Okay. It just says here, chariot of ascension. Okay. There was a darkness here. There was a darkness here in your character, in your personality. We're talking about the same period. Here we have the actual goddess of Isis in the reverse. So this makes sense. This makes sense because back in the ancient world, there was no logic, there was no science. Science has not come into the scene for these great discoveries that we enjoy today. So it was a much more superstitious world, and people were afraid of even their own magic, their own power. You think the witches of Salem was the trial? It's nothing compared to that same trial taking place thousands of years earlier, where it was more prejudice, more fear, and greater ignorance. So you have these gifts, and I'm suspecting that many people do, but because of society's judgment, because it's not the conventional way of approaching God or religion, it's demonized. So you did not develop these gifts. You kept them in the background, where then they become forgotten by you and your generation of bloodline. Here we have, look at that. It says here, wow, this is deep. It says here, past life, present power. When this card comes out, that means that in this life, you are to actualize what you should have actualized in the last life. and you didn't. But nobody that's in your peers at that time also didn't do it. Also understand that if you're a woman, there was a lot of limitations as a woman what you could do without your husband. If this is a man, judgment and death will come upon you as you develop these gifts, which are considered feminine in nature. So it was a very rigid time. Here is Saturn and the hourglass, which represents past life. You're here again to bring about what you couldn't do, even if you wanted to, because the society and the period of the time, they're not learning for it. If that makes sense. Okay, and give you a little taste. A little taste. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot of you, so I got to do 3 cards, but it can also be very ongoing. Okay, let's see. Oops. There we go. Ooh, there we go. You volunteer. This is it's you Boyle live. It's you boiled live. I think that's what it says. Okay. Okay. It's you boil that live. Okay. I'm having trouble connecting to that. I'm gonna choose someone else, and then you tell me a more easier name to connect to. I'm not connecting to your chat name. Okay. This is Damian Reynolds. Okay. Damian Reynolds. This is your past life. A precise. Please donate. Please give. 281-690-88 or CashApp Fernando FRNA number 5. Be careful, guys. Somebody copied my page, astrologer, and added my own number for ZELLE to collect money. So if you see it and you think it's me sending money to a copycat, I'm going to the police on Monday and also to the bank to put a stop to this copycat. We got his name, and he set up an entire page and using ZELLE, my old number, to collect money. This is absolutely terrible that this is happening. So the Houston police has been notified from the first time, and the stalking. The possibility that a criminal act has been, because they're collecting money that's not them, giving them to someone else, and this is using that number, not just what is but that number, and his name showed up and everything. So we're gonna press charges. That's terrible. Damian Reynolds. Damian Reynolds. What's the matter, Mr. Reynolds? I'm picking up anger here. Anger and containment. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Chill. I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna believe. I got chills. Oh, ooh. I don't think you're gonna believe this, but I'm gonna take a shot. Wow. No, I was just making that one up. That's oh my God. Wow. Mr. Reynolds. Oh my God. You were a woman before. It's the soul behind her. You were quite beautiful as a woman. And it says here, the queen of the stars. Aquarius energy. You're an astrologer. Interpreting the stars. There's a split here with two lifetimes. This represents the classic, right? Which was the birth of astrology, with Ptolemy, Galen, Copernicus, and all those. But here, look at that. Serpent. You have earth angels, but you got fire angels, and water angels, and air angels. You were a fire angel, but it came out in the reverse. You turn your back to the creator, which at the time was Ra, which is the solar sun. You did not want to do it. And in this life, you present a rather stoic personality that seems uninteresting or interested in others. If that's the case, it's fucked up, because this is divine destiny. See in the bottom? You were destined, just like I was. You're destined for something. And it's in the upright. You have the opportunity to try this again. But this, you have to come to terms with this. If you are someone who doesn't like astrology, everybody that likes astrology is qualifies to be an astrologer either. But you have this in your bloodline. Mr. Reynolds, that was your past life for the immediate, which would be the fourth house of Cancer. Did it resonate with you? Who's this? Damaris Peterson. Damaris Peterson. Okay. Oh. I'm getting the feeling of dancing. Dancing. You love dancing, or you definitely was a dancer back in the days. Those women that like to dress up with the drapes and the dance with the in the Arab culture. And I'm hearing that you were a geisha girl. in the country that today we call China. Nice. Something about your legs and thighs, very, you know, flexible, almost like a contortionist. And I believe that she was in exercise or masseuse, someone who does deep pressure massage in a bathhouse with a lot of overindulgences. We're talking now 90 AD. So they're not taking me back BC now. We're talking about 90 AD. Jesus Christ was just crucified, and the church era begins, began around that time. Paul died at that time. The 12 apostles were murdered, and the church took control. That's what I'm picking up, Damaris. And there is an ancient city called Damaris, different from Damascus. And it's surrounding Egypt at the time. Yeah, here it is. Jesus Christ, the age of Pisces, which began 2,500 years ago. And you did it. Wow. Look at that. It says the ancient power of the mysteries. So maybe that's why a lot of you are gravitated to my channel. Because you all are mystics and seers or witches or high priestess yourselves. I'm speaking to a population of people that I've known before in other lifetimes. Because it's not just one individual person that reincarnates in their own family, but also to a group. And this group can be represented by countries, cities, or individualized communities that share the same purpose and the same belief system. But you know what's interesting? That is that the foundations of Jesus Christ that he came to teach in the Piscean age comes from the bedrock of the mysteries of Egypt, of ancient Egypt. Here we see again, Isis, and we see on top of her the symbol of Ra and the bull, Baal, which now is considered demonic. But back then, that was the ruling god. Everybody worshiped. Kind of like Jehovah today. So you're quite, I'm getting chills. Oh my goodness. Now, I won't be surprised if you have gifts here of priesthood, Damaris. Yeah, you can definitely be an astrologer. And a connoisseur of languages. Very nice. Very nice. Wow. Powerful. Bad bitch, like they say, bad bitch. Again, we see the symbol of Ra over the horns of the bull of Balaam, representing 3500 BC, which was the age of Hathor. And this is recorded history. You can actually pick up a history book of that period, and it will show you, and it probably will show this. A lot of them here. A lot of them here. Okay? So you also carry ancient knowledge. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Ooh, what is going on today? Ooh. What is going on? Who are you, Damaris? The ruling god, Ra. The polarity of Ra is Baal, or Beelzebub. The polarity, that's what it is. Divine sisterhood. Divine sisterhood. This is dealing with masonry, Masonic orders of both the Eastern Star, which is the female, and then the actual masonry. Right? So either there are people in your family that are Masons, or sisterhoods, Eastern Star, which is kind of the same thing. I'm getting chills here. So a lot of you come from a legacy of divine princes and princesses with specialized knowledge that define the ancient world. Very beautiful. Damaris, I hope you liked it. You know, a little taste. You know. Wow. 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 Getting chilled, I'm telling you. Itzy. Itzy you. Bowel. Itzy you Bowel. Bowel. This is your past life reading. And it gives me snippets. I'm so sorry. I cannot read you because you did not live in Egypt, going back as far as 7,000 BC. You belong to another race, whether you're black or whatever now. Your bloodline is strongly connected to the Slavic. I don't know if you are a Caucasian or an Aryan, but it's Slavic root here. So I'd have to use another deck, but not Egyptian. I have to use the Hebrew. Oh wow. Yeah. You never incarnated into the Egyptian. Other parts of Africa, yes, but not Egypt. So we cannot use these cards for you. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see now if this will work. Better energy. Oh, I'm feeling heartbreak, sadness, heartbreak. You were a man, big guy too, kind of like Viking build. Not a very nice person in them days. Justice in the reverse. But you were a conqueror. I'm getting bloodshed Aries energy here, the red and the red. No, and this is Libra and Aries. Both polarities are here, both reversed. I'm getting the feeling that you were a soldier, a killer. And that's why there's so much bloodshed here. It's almost like, and they're showing me the number 157. And I believe that's 157 lives that you've perished, that you've killed. You know, in the act of combat. But still, it affects people when they kill another person. Whether you're an individual because it's personal or as a group due to being a military in fighting a country. Um, you may carry a certain sadness around you that comes and go, like depression. There might be issues with depression here. You're not knowing where it comes from, what it is, and I believe that it has a lot to do with some of these situations in your past life. The disturbance, if this is the case, the disturbance is coming from the immediate past life that just ended, and then there was a long period of reincarnating as a human. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So, the yellow is solar plexus energy, self-esteem, self-worth, inner joy. This is missing. And the Three of Swords represents, betrayal or heartbreak or both. And this is something certainly that happened to you before in another lifetime. And it has already happened to a certain degree in this life for you. A karmic cycle from the past has repeated itself now. And it's like you have to really sit back and analyze it, why this is happening. Either you get a birth chart or you get a reading, or try to figure it out by yourself by trusting your inner resonance, your inner intuition. But a lot of people that you meet in this life are exact replicas of those that you entertained in the last life, in the immediate past life. So there is a emotional development that still is required completely. Because when you are a soldier and you're a killer and you do this for a long time, it does desensitize you. So to formulate healthy relationships, especially with the opposite sex, could pose a little bit of a challenge with someone with this history. We're gonna stop here. I will look at the videos that's uploading for some of you, and then come back to the live. All right. Hopefully, guys. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll come back to do some more.